It feels like the playoffs are already here, and it's important to remember we're still in the non-district slate, so the intensity is only going to increase as the season continues, although that's a little hard to imagine for Aledo, specifically after a thrilling Week 2 victory over Denton Guyer. The Bearcats' new head coach, Robby Jones, joins us now. Coach, how does 2-0 sound to you so far?
2-0 sounds great. It's a lot better than where we were last year, with 0-2, so we're really excited about how we started this year.
Speaking of that 0-2 start last year, compare it to this year. What's been the biggest difference so far?
The biggest difference was, last year we had a young team, and so starting out, we started a little slow. This year we're a lot more experienced. We got a lot more returning starters. So the kids going into the year, they weren't happy with the start last year. And they wanted to fix things. They wanted to get things right. Whatever we did wrong against those two opponents last year, they didn't want to make the same mistakes. So coming into the year, the kids were a little more focused on those two games than maybe they were the year before.
Being involved in an atmosphere like that against Denton Guyer, now that you've had time to digest everything that went down on Friday night, is there one memory in particular that you're going to keep moving forward?
I guess probably the last 2 seconds when we kicked the winning field goal. That was a very tight ball game. Going back and forth the whole night, and those are the types of games we expect when we play good people like Denton Guyer is, if we play well and they play well, it's going to come down to the end.
I know Aledo hasn't been in a lot of one-score games lately. They're kind of few and far between over the last few years. And you've also been on the right side of a lot of those games. So what was the vibe like on a sideline where it's back and forth throughout the entire fourth quarter?
It was just a lot of excitement, and we had a lot of confidence in our offense going into that last drive. And we knew we wanted to use most of the clock and not give those guys an opportunity to come back on us because they had shown to be very explosive offensively. And so, we just knew that, hey, we need to take our time here. We had a couple of timeouts, run the football, milk the clock a little bit, get the clock going so that we could win the game basically the way we did.
You mentioned offense. It's hard to parse through a box score with about 1,000 combined yards between both teams, but I do want to mention Racine Guillory, the running back, certainly standing out. He now has 250 yards rushing combined in 2 weeks against some tough competition. What has his consistency meant for y'all, at least early in the season so far?
He's brought an aspect to our offense that we didn't have last year in the first couple of games. We were searching for a running back last year. We ended up with Hawk Patrick Daniels being our leading rusher, and he, really started coming on in that second game. But, having the consistency in the run game, that's big for our offense. Our offense has always been through the years, based on how the running back goes, throughout the year.
We do have to talk about quarterback Haney. At least judging by the first few weeks, I'm sure TCU fans can't wait to see him in purple. What has stood out to you about his play so far?
Just his command of the offense. He is way more confident in what he's doing right now than he was at this time last year. And he's always had great ability. He's a great athlete, and he has become a much better quarterback than he was at this time last year. And his confidence is sky high. And then him going and making plays. His playmaking ability is what led us to the victory last Friday night.
All right, here we go. I do have to ask for you personally, has it been tough jumping into that head coaching role and taking over a program that's as storied and as successful over the last decade as it is?
It hadn't been real tough. Of course, there's a lot of pressure because of the expectations of this program. I didn't take over a program that was just hoping to win. We expect to win here, and we expect to win a lot of football games. So, it's kind of tough at times, but, I've been here for so long that, I know the expectations, and I expect, to win as well. I've been in the community for 24 years, and I just love everything about Aledo, the expectations that the parents put on their kids, the expectations they have of us, and they also allow us to coach their kids hard. We're able to go out on the field and coach the kids hard, push the kids, and the parents expect us to do that.
Coach, thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it.
All right, thank you.